like flat out, just like flying down 995, and then it was like pop, pop, boom, like it was like, and I remember it started just. I broke up with my girlfriend, I got into my car and I drove up I'm just gonna keep driving. I was gonna leave my job, so I had this interesting time of before I started my new job, I had some runway. I was like, I was out at the vineyards at this Porsche club event in North Georgia, and I was like, I just don't wanna drive home. And I just got in the car and I went. And I got to New York, saw some people, I wanna keep going. I was trying to get to Boston, I was at a gas station, and this car of really cute French girls rolled up, and I was trying to pretend like I was working in the car to see if I could hey, what's up, whatever. I was just like, what am I gonna do? So I just opened the coolant cap, and of course I depressurized it, I put it back on, hopped on the highway, because they didn't want anything to do with me, and then I started going, and I was yeah, because I made it 6 minutes, I'm flat out, just flying down 995, and then it was pop, pop, boom, it was and I remember it started just, and I was maybe I was hoping that maybe something was blown, but I don't know. I was like, can I hack this back together? Will it hold fluid? Just a lot shot out. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have known from the sound and the amount of steam behind me that this was not I'm gonna just, whatever. I was desperate, so I just was pouring it in. And I remember when I heard it hitting the ground, so something was really blown. I don't think it was a pre-existing condition. I think I unfortunately was being an idiot, and I should have at least bled it or something. I don't know. I think the engine being hot, then doing that, closing it while the engines are hot, going back out was a recipe for disaster. So we towed it to the Porsche dealership in Boston where I was going, and they're like, yeah, the parts you need are gonna take a week to get here. I'm like, what? I'm stuck here? And so I was like, well, what could I do? So I was like, I'm gonna go on eBay, and I'm gonna find a car that I can just buy, keep going on my endless road trip. I wanted to go to Canada or something, and I'll just sell it when my Porsche's ready, and hopefully I don't get burned too badly, but I'd rather do that than rent a car. I was bidding on two that I thought I wouldn't really win, just kind of feeling out the market. I thought I would get the Bavaria because they were less desirable than the 2002, so they were all kind of under 10 grand. And long story short, I went to auctions. I was no, terrible situation. So one was close by in Philadelphia, the other one was in California. And so I negotiated with the guy in California just to hold it for a few months. And so I went and got the one in Philadelphia. I had a blast driving the thing through New York, up and down, the Northeast. I left it at BMW shop, and they were very patient with me, and I eventually sold it to someone other person and had it shipped to them in Texas. Then I had to go out to California months later to get the green one. And I just fell in love with this car. It was really well preserved, but it was a car where, someone tried to put an E28 motor into it a long time ago, and getting everything to work was just a money pit. So this guy was an engineer who I bought it from, and he had kind of gotten to the point where it was it's functional. It had some, patina, I would describe, but it was functional, and I got in that car, drove the PCH, going to the canyons. I'll go get a pizza from Enzo's in Westwood near UCLA, hit a beach, just drive to the sunset in PCH. It was amazing. Bring it home to Atlanta. I ended up selling it. This guy who wanted a Bavaria had, gotten to know me. He ended up finding one, but he told his friend about my car, and I kind of got a call. He's like, he wants to come see your car. And I was like, yeah, sure. And it had this minor issue that I hadn't fixed yet, but so it had been parked for a couple of weeks. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get this thing fixed. He's like, well, I wanna buy it from you. I brought the cash. I was like, you know what? You caught me on the right day. Gave it to him. And we stayed in touch. And this guy went wild. He kind of turned it into the super pristine hot rod BMW show car, paint correction, houndstooth on the inside, every single bolt made sure it was proper, cool, amazing exhaust system put on the car, just went nuts. I think one day in 2019 I texted him hey, here's a picture from me driving the car on the PCH. I hope you're still having a lot of fun with it. He's like, I'm actually gonna sell it. There's one guy who's probably gonna buy it. If that falls through, do you want it? And so I bought it back from him. I got the chance to buy it back, and I did. And and it's interesting because I didn't take it to the finish line, but now it's like totally self-actualized as a car. And my mom always jokes like it's the prettiest ugly car she's ever seen. And it's Amazon green. It's got the yellow, like, fog lights on the front now. And it's just insane how the reaction the car solicits from people just driving around town. And especially with the dog, the husky hanging out the side of it. That's our Sunday like coffee car. It's just that's similar to the Miata, where like when it finally got there, the fun kind of began, which was really not, maybe I'm just getting older, I don't know, but that was a new thing.
If you get a speeding ticket or other traffic citation, don't just pay it. It can involve costly insurance premium increases, points on your license, possible suspensions, and a lot of other inconveniences. And when you fight it, you want the right people on your side. That means finding a local lawyer to wherever you got the ticket, even if it's in your backyard or on a road trip or wherever. Off the record is the best way to find the best attorney. They pair you with a local attorney wherever you get the ticket to fight for you and achieve the best outcome. In most cases, you won't even have to appear. So be sure to check them out at the link in the description below and download their free app. You just take a picture of your ticket and they handle the rest. So be sure to check them out and thank them for their support of VINwiki.